Sir Kristen, bring me the Eye of Lucerys Velaryon.
This is Legacy of Mac, and this is my House of the Dragon review of Season 1, Episode 7, and I hope you enjoy. Please leave me a subscribe at the bottom, and make sure you stay updated when I drop more videos. Alright, let's get to it. Episode 7 starts off with the death of Laena, Daemon's wife. That is right. Not really tragic. I mean, if you're following Fire and Blood, you would know and expect that she doesn't live. Like, she just doesn't live. So, I mean, it is what it is. Not tragic. Rhaenyra does feel for Daemon's pain because, you know, this is the second time he is married. This time he bore children with her. And, you know, it is kind of sad. You know, it is sad, and for his kids' sake, like they don't have no mom now. But you know, Daemon is Daemon. That guy bounces back, okay? But Daemon is Daemon.
I know we've had our differences, but let them pass with the years.
Viserys, his brother, does talk to him about moving back to King's Landing and serving under his rule and basically taking care of him. And Daemon, of course, is Daemon and refuses that proposal. He does not want to work under his brother. He does not want to work in the rule. He does not want to play by everyone's game. Daemon wants to do what Daemon wants to do, and Daemon's going to do what Daemon's going to do. He doesn't want to work with anyone. Daemon is Daemon, okay? As I just said, Daemon doesn't need anyone. He just doesn't. We see Otto weaseled his way back into being the king's hand. I got a lot to say about Otto, man. Otto is that snake in the grass. Otto is definitely that snake in the grass. And you see it in episode 1. He like weasels his way in any given situation. And that's Otto. He found an opportunity to get his daughter to marry the king for his benefit. We will be seeing more of Otto and his snakiness. Trust me, we have not seen the last of Otto or his family. We see Rhaenyra and Daemon, they share a little bit intimacy. They get it on. Little incestry. Yeah, they do. And it's kind of hot. Nah, not really. But let me tell you something. Back then it was okay. And I get it. It was for the greater good of being full-blooded. You know, they didn't want to mix and crossbreed and all that stuff. They felt one bloodline was superior than others. And that's just how it was, you know. Cool. More power to them. That's fine. But let me tell you something. That's the dynamic duo right there. That's the dynamic duo right there. Do not sleep on both of them. Do not sleep on them. That is a dynamic duo. This one's messed up, but I respect it. Aemon takes command and bonds over Laena's dragon. And Laena died. And Aemon thought it was a good idea to take control of her dragon and become a dragon rider with her dragon. Now, that dragon should have been passed to her oldest daughter. Or the daughter that actually has no dragon right now. The daughter that Daemon kind of shuns for not being a dragon rider. So Aemon takes it upon himself and takes this dragon that's rightfully hers and totally makes it his. That's just a classic checkers move right there. Like, you just said king me, motherfucker. Like that was, like, I respect it. Like, you don't just sleep on a dragon. You go and take what's yours. So Aemon did, and that caused events to just spiral.
It's me. Vhagar is my mother's dragon.
Your mother's dead.
Vega has a new rider now.
She was mine to claim.
Then you should have claimed her. Maybe your cousins can find you a pig to ride.
So that, in this next event, will just set the tone for the whole season and probably the rest of the series. Aemon stealing the dragon that belonged to Laena's daughter, who has no dragon right now. Just shit in everybody's cereal. And on top of that, spilled the beans about the boys not being Targaryen, not having any blood, being bastards. We see that. Aemon loses an eye. He loses an eye, and it's just horrible. He loses, like, he deserved it, but yeah, he deserved it. He's honestly the next Joffrey. He's gonna be a character you're gonna wanna pay attention to. That eye patch, it's gonna become something, and honestly, he's gonna become a Daemon, a person that's rivals Daemon. He's gonna become someone that becomes a rival to Daemon. So I wouldn't say a successor, but definitely he becomes another Daemon, and yeah, that it just gets freaking crazy from there. That eye patch honestly is it represents a lot. It represents a lot, and it severed a whole family. A whole family. That probably is what tore down the Targaryens.
Cease this at once! Get away!
And at this point, Viserys is pissed. Not just the fact his whole family is at each other's throats, where one has to lose an eye, but the fact his blood, his son, lost the eye. He is pissed. He's livid. And as any king would, he looks to his son for the truth. The one who is involved, he looks for the truth. Now easily that's just bounds to lie right there. You could lie your ass off, you know? You're the king's son. You're going to be the first one you're going to suspect of finding the answer to. Well, he looks at his mom and he blames his brother, because we all know damn well if he said his mom's name, it would not have been a good look. But we all know deep down the mother is the influencer regardless. She's influencing her sons. She's influencing the evil. She is an influencer and a manipulator. And that is Alicent. That is the queen. And it's just wild. It's just wild.
All of you! We are family!
And Aegon, being the oldest male, the son, Viserys gets a little meaner with him. He raises his voice. I need answers now! You know, it's a little tense. He's serious. He wants to get to the bottom of it. And Aegon just flat out tells him, everyone knows. Who doesn't know? I mean, look at them. They look different. They're not like us. You know, just the obvious. The things we questioned when we first saw the episode. Like, those kids aren't full-blooded. Those kids aren't even Valyrian. So, came to light. Everyone knows Sir Harwin. Strong is the father. And since Viserys knows this to be a fact, he brushes it off. Everyone apologize. Make up. Let's brush this under the rug. But if anybody speaks this slander again, I'll cut the tongue out of anyone. That's basically what he says. He'll cut the tongue out of anyone who speaks of facts. It's funny. But he is king. And as king, everyone has to do what they say. The king is king. But Alicent doesn't feel this way. Alicent, as the queen, decides it's up to her to take action. So, she does a classic Game of Thrones move. All debts need to be paid. And since my son lost an eye, her son needs to lose an eye. And honestly, that's just classic Cersei right there. I just love to see it. I love to see it. That was just a classic Cersei move. I just love to see it. I don't care. It was great. I like to see that kind of variable in here, you know? Just more danger on top of danger. Like, you know, you would think the king would be law. There's another one. There is a queen, and she demands some sort of justice. Some justice that she has Sir Criston ordered to bring her the Eye of Lucerys. Now, although the king does shut all this shit down really fast, it definitely causes a separation. We definitely see a lot of true colors from multiple people, including Alicent. And she just snaps. She just snaps. She takes the king's blade, Valyrian steel, which easily can cut. Easily can cut. And she slashes, she aims, she charges for the boy. But Rhaenyra gets in the way and saves her son and takes the slash. Like a true mother would. Honestly, if you wouldn't do that for your kid, I don't know, but don't have more kids. But she does what a mother would do. She saves her son from getting attacked. She takes the attacking. And that right there just draws so many flags towards Alicent. Like, we all know who she is now. We know the game she's playing. And she's truly playing the Game of Thrones now. She is literally a chess piece in the Game of Thrones. If anybody ever remembers that reference from the original, the Mother series, you know? She's in this shit to win it.
When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground.
After all that, Otto goes to consult Alicent, talk to her, ask her maybe why, we would think, but no. He actually kind of gives her a pat on the back, like, I've been waiting for this moment. Like, as if it couldn't have come any better or any sooner. But this is the daughter I've always wanted and knew that she was there. And Otto just full on snakes it. Just like how I was saying. He is a snake. And I just, you know, you just can't shake when somebody is like that. You just get that feeling like this person's got like a motive. Well, that's Otto. Otto does have a motive. And he is trying to get his piece of the throne one way or another. Whether he's the hand, whether he makes his daughter marry the king, one way or another, he is weaseling his way inside. And it's honestly like, this guy probably been playing Game of Thrones since episode 1, and we're just now finding out. He's been like, he's the Grand Master. He's the guy in charge of the shit. Which, you know, he comes off as that guy. He always has, at least to me. I've always had a red flag for him. Rhaenyra and Laenor have an agreement that he is no man for her, and she is way too much women for him. Which we already kind of guessed, because he did come off as, you know, liking guys. He didn't want to do this. It wasn't in his intentions, but he had a duty to serve, and he understood the assignment. So he was all on board with it. But he was not the man for Rhaenyra, and they both agreed on that. So, in order to remarry, Laenor needs to disappear. And that's where shit gets a little tricky. Because I feel like Laenor is a part of this. I feel like he's a part of this, knowing that it's either his death. I feel like he had some sort of part to doing what he did. And basically Rhaenyra and Daemon hired an assassin to kill and burn Laenor right in his father's chambers. It's tragic. Or was it? And at the end of everything, we do get a happy ending. 2 lovebirds. 2 incests. Maybe 1 incest and 2 lovebirds. But we still got it. It was an amazing episode. And it ended with a happy ending. Uncle and niece wed to regain their kingdom back, just as Aegon the Conqueror did 4 generations ago. And it's cute. They share a cup of infused blood together and rode off on their favorite dragon. And that was it. That's all she wrote. And that is the beginning to the House of Dragon. Thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I personally rate this episode a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I thought there was so many bumps and it was just packed full of it kept me on the edge the whole time. And I honestly just really loved this episode and how they did it. I loved how it became, and this wasn't part of the book, so I also love that they changed this. Watch this and remember to subscribe, and see you for more.